So what's going on, guys? My name's Mr. Dalek JD. Thank you for joining me, where today I'm going to be talking to you guys about something which I normally don't put on my channel and normally shouldn't have to, because none of this stuff usually phases you guys. But over the past week, we've had quite a few mock leaked supposedly DLC 2 poster images which are all completely fake, and I want to tell you guys just like advice really on how you can avoid falling for these and the best ways to kind of look about how a poster can be real and how to tell when it's fake. Now, I will never report on any of these posters being real unless they've been confirmed by Activision themselves, so hopefully my channel can be a source for the official news. But in terms of any of these DLC 2 posters, any DLC poster will be confirmed if it is actually legit. Now, I've seen a few other people cover some of these, but there's been a lot of different leaked posters pop up, and some look a lot more real than others, and I just want to go and show you each of these posters and how they're fake, and we're going to break them down and show you why they're fake as well, because I find this process to be quite interesting and very satisfying to debunk. So let's go into this. So this is the first culprit that popped up earlier in the week. This is a poster for DLC Pack 2, which is apparently called Ignition, featuring 4 multiplayer maps and a zombies map, this one being called Die Insel. Now, Die Insel actually translates to the island in German. Now, it's obvious that we're going to be getting an island map as one of the DLC maps in the future, as it's been teased so much, so this is quite creative on their part to kind of have that, but seeing as this is sort of like Intakio's kind of map, I wouldn't expect it to be a German name whatsoever. Now, if you've seen the first DLC poster, you'll instantly recognize that this is almost a direct copy of the kind of layout and design of that, so I wouldn't expect Treyarch and Activision at all to use the exact same coloring, the exact same soldier, the same layout, same colors, all of that. The Awakening logo, and then if you look at this Ignition, the font looks so weirdly off. The DLC pack font as well looks very different to the original one. The Roman numerals and the Black Ops 3 logo is wrong. There's some shadowing which is missing, stuff with the actual soldier as well, the colors off, as well as some of the names of these maps as well. Now, with most multiplayer map names, Treyarch like to be creative. They might have code names, but they always end up being very, very cool names, like Gauntlet and Splash as just examples, and like maps as boringly named as Rooftop, I do not think would ever make the cut. Something even more obvious is if you look at the bottom two, we have a 4th multiplayer map and the zombies map. Look at the zombies map box. It's a different size to the multiplayer one, which looks a bit odd to say the least, as well as the kind of M for mature. It's too bright. Some of the colors of the text boxes are weirdly off center and just weirdly colored, and the Activision logo in the fake one is slightly stretched and moved to be a different position to the original one. If we take a look at the multiplayer map hangar in this poster, the image actually belongs to an image from the Marvel universe, which was the helicarrier hangar concept art. It's the exact same artwork. They've just plopped it in that box there and slightly changed it, but that's where that image comes from. But enough about this DLC poster. Let's take a look at probably a more authentic looking one. This is the Calming DLC pack. We've got the same soldier, the same colors, the font's a lot different than the last one, and look where it says DLC pack 1. They've literally scribbled over 1 and wrote 2 in like a green pen. Looks very legit. And we have multiplayer maps such as Big, Small, Fun, and Redone, because they always have a remake, as well as a zombies map, which they're calling Der Bus Dak Wider. I'm not quite sure what that means in German. Probably one of you in the comments can translate that for me, but it's probably making a joke about the bus from Transit, and we have an image which is from Black Ops 2 as the concept art. This is, of course, the worst poster we've ever seen. This is probably taking the mick out of all the people that have created DLC posters to kind of go that step further and make it even more ridiculous, but I thought I'd include this one just because it's funny as hell. Now, the last post I'm going to show you in this video is probably the most authentic we've seen yet. This actually fooled me for around about 5 minutes or so. I was really looking into this to see where the flaws were in this poster, but we have Call of Duty Black Ops 3 DLC Pack 2 Reckoning. The font is on point. The Reckoning font is on point. We have an image rather of the Black Ops 3 soldier. We have the Reaper specialist character for multiplayer. Not quite sure why we'd have a specialist as the main character of a DLC pack. Doesn't make sense, but we have these images here. The font looks on point. The images look quite good, and we have the zombies map, which is Shima no Shisetsu. I believe that also translates into the island in Japanese. I've tried to put it in translator, but it doesn't quite work. But we have an image of what looks like some sort of island setting. Again, it's obvious that we're going to be getting an island map as probably the next DLC, if not DLC 3. There's a lot of references to that, as well as Stalingrad in Der Eisendrache. But this looked like the most authentic poster we've seen yet. Whoever created this is really, really talented in Photoshop, and I'd prefer if you didn't make any more in the future, because this actually fooled me and quite a lot of other people, but there are some flaws. First of all, there was a DLC pack released for Advanced Warfare called Reckoning, so they would not call a DLC pack the same, because that would obviously confuse people. There's also an image of the multiplayer map Baron is actually a screenshot from Splinter Cell Blacklist, so of course that pretty much debunks it right there. Finally, the zombie map name Shima no Shisetsu sounds pretty similar to Shi no Numa. Of course, it doesn't sound exactly the same, but it can be easily confused because they sound somewhat similar, and I don't think Treyarch would do that. But it's getting to that point now where we've had our first DLC pack at the start of February for PS4 owners. For those that are on Xbox and PC, you guys are just getting into the swing of things now, having the DLC for 1 to 2 weeks now. But it's around that time where we're expecting to hear about DLC 2, and since there's been quite a bit of silence on that, people have gone through the effort of making fake posters to get everyone rowdy and expecting there to actually be this DLC, which of course it's not called this, and it's not going to be these maps at all. But I'm hopefully thinking that we're going to be getting some sort of information fairly soon, as looking at how Black Ops 2 cycle went, we had a map at the end of January, we had one in April, we had one in July and August, so hopefully we should be hearing some news soon with some sort of DLC release in April. But as soon as we hear about that, I'll be sure to bring you guys that information. So if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. If you see any more fake posters, definitely tweet them at me, because I'd love to just make some fun out of these fake posters. They're quite funny to make, and this was quite a fun video to make. But don't be fooled by these at all. Unless it's officially confirmed by Activision and you see it on my channel, it is a fake DLC poster. But thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in another one soon.